What's the story, guys? Welcome to What Happens Here, Las Vegas's newest sports and entertainment program, live from my house in Las Vegas, asking the questions that you want to hear from the fans all around the world. Welcome to the show. This is Marcus Deegan. I am absolutely pumped. This is our first episode of our brand new web series where we're going to be talking to some really amazing and interesting people in the sports entertainment industry. This has just been a passion of mine, and I'm just so happy to be here and be doing this for you guys. And I hope that you really jump on board and love it. I'll tell you what, they say you got to start off everything with a bang. So I thought that we'd start off this brand new show with a bang. Ladies and gentlemen, our first guest today on the What Happens Here show. He's described as an Irish legend. If you don't know who this man is, I want to just give you a little bit of background on this guy before I introduce him. Let me tell you something about the achievements of this man. This man has had 34 pro fights. He's fought in 3 different weight classes. He's an Olympian. He's a soccer player. He's a dad. He's a husband. Without a doubt, he's a really good bloke. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome to the show, Irish legend, the pocket rocket, Mr. Wayne McCullough. Here he is. What's up, Wayne?
I love soccer player. I wanted to be a soccer player, but it wasn't good enough.
You know what? We played soccer together a few times, and I thought you had some real good skills there.
I was good, but it wasn't good enough to make a profession of it. You know, I played it all through like secondary school and high school, but boxing was better for me.
Well, it's funny. When we played soccer, everybody wanted to fight us, and then when they found out who you were, they changed their minds.
Yeah, but that's why I taught you guys how to fight. Because all the guys are trying to pick on good-looking guys, and then when you could fight, they didn't pick on you anymore.
Now, can you just describe what's going on with that beautiful background that you've got behind you there?
Well, this banner was the Nevada Hall of Fame 7th induction last year in Las Vegas. All the fighters you see on it are all world champions. That's me right here, and all these guys got inducted that night. You know, so it's Hopkins here, Marquez, Hasim Rahman, me. Terry Norris here, Moji Kong, Casimir, Winky Wright, Chiquita Gonzalez, the Tasmanian Devil, and this guy here, he's the world champion. He just passed away that year, and Bobby Chacon has passed away too. So they're all of the sport,
that's a massive achievement. You've had so many massive achievements in your life. Is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame here in Nevada, does that how much of that does that mean to you for your legacy and for your former career?
Well, I think the biggest achievement in my life is my daughter being born. But the biggest achievement in my boxing career was probably winning the world championship in Nagoya, Japan. I was the underdog, and not to give me a breath. I wasn't going to win, and I went over there and took the belt from the world champion. And of course, people remember the Olympics and the Commonwealth gold in 1990 in Auckland, New Zealand. But I think my professional world championship, my first one, was the one that stands out the most.
Well, the thing is that, like, when we say achievements, you've had so many of them. Like you said, you were in the Commonwealth Games in New Zealand. You're an Olympian that won medals, and you fought in 3 different weight classes. What do you think has been what was the most difficult achievement to achieve? Do you think going to the Olympics, or becoming a world champion, or becoming a dad even? Like, what's the toughest thing out of all of those?
I think becoming a dad for the first time is really difficult. But that's part of life, you know what I mean? Being a father and having a daughter or a son. But I think in boxing, my first Olympics, I went to 2 Olympics. I went to Seoul, Korea in '88. I was just 17 when I qualified, and
wow.
They weren't going to let me go. But that year I had 12 knockouts in a row. I weighed 107 pounds, and I was knocking everybody out. In the amateurs, I knocked out the late Arturo Gatti, who became a world champion professionally. I knocked him out in the amateurs, and I got to go to the Olympics, and I got to carry the flag in the opening ceremony in Seoul, Korea. So I was only like a 17-year-old kid. And then my second Olympics was Barcelona, where I got the medal, but I got the Commonwealth gold along the way. And they're all highlights of my career, but to me, they were all stepping stones to become a professional, to become a world champion. And they're things that people remember forever, the Olympics, the Commonwealth Games. But for me, it was just the stepping stone to get to the WBC belt.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, when you speak about people remembering certain things about your career, here's one of the things that I want to talk about. One of the great fights that I remember about your career was when you fought the infamous I mean, this guy, look, I mean, if you've heard of Prince Nassim Hamed, then you guys know what I'm talking about. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about this guy. First of all, the question that I want to ask you is, how do you control the pressure when you're walking out for probably one of your first times here in the United States fighting? Now, you're fighting a guy that had 30 pro fights, 30 wins with 28 knockouts. He was known to be a hard puncher. You're under the world spotlight. You're about to walk out through the tunnel up to that ring. Millions of people watching. How do you not puke, or how do you contain that nervousness, knowing that you're about, and now mind you went the distance with this guy, right?
He ran from me. Yeah, he ran.
He ran from you, right? Now, he didn't get to knock you out. Now, he knocked normally pretty much all of them out. Now, did he really hit that hard?
No, the thing, Hamed had knocked out 18 guys in a row before he fought me at championship level, but he never fought somebody like me.
Yeah.
You know, you fought guys on their way out, or you fought guys that weren't, you know, I mean, they're different. I never touched the canvas my whole career, amateur and pro. And I said to him in the press conference, the first time he hit me, you're going to run from me. And he had believed in his mind that he was going to knock me out. The media had believed he was going to knock me out because I'm a smaller guy moving up.
Yeah.
But I never touched the canvas. And he hadn't fought somebody like me, as I said. But the bell went, he hit me, and I went like this to him. And the rest is history. He ran for 12 rounds. You know, he was a HBO fighter signed by HBO, had him signed up on a contract. So I knew getting into the fight, I wasn't disappointed because I knew I would have to knock him out to get a draw, you know what I mean? And he just ran for 12 rounds. And Hamed could hit. He could hit, but he didn't hit as hard as Eric Morales did. And
yeah, that was my next question. Who was the hardest hitter in your career?
So that's debatable by some people, but with me, I've been asked that question over and over.
Yeah.
And like people on social media, and I said, by far, Eric Morales was a harder puncher.
Right.
Hamed was strong. Hamed was strong. I could see his punches coming. But Morales was a tall guy who just pinpoint like a Tommy Hearns, who hit you hard, and you get that little feeling down your left side like holy crap. But
right.
People have actually argued with me on social media saying I was wrong.
It's like, hang on a minute, he punched me in the face, not you.
Yeah. I'm like, I was in the ring with these guys. They're not my friends. Morales hit harder.
Right.
But Morales was a pinpoint. For the first round, he hit me hard. In the 12th round, he was still hitting me hard.
Wow, you know, so that's unbelievable.
I say it on my own lips that Eric Morales definitely hit the hardest.
Now, do you remember your walkout song?
The Hamed?
No, yeah, to the Hamed. Do you remember that walkout song?
I think it was Still Having Fun. What was it? Wasn't it? Still Having Fun Looking For You. I walked out to U2 music, all my fights.
Of course.
I had Michael Flatley, the Lord of the Dance. He was my entourage. You look at their entourage, he walked me to the ring.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. So yeah, all my fights, I walked out to U2 music.
Yeah. Now, is that just because, I mean, obviously because they're Irish and they're an unbelievable band, but Ireland is such a small place and it just seems like that everybody knows everybody there. Anyone that I ever speak to from Ireland, when I mention your name, they all know who you are, but they refer to you as an Irish legend. Do you feel that you, deserve that title? Me personally, I do. Do you feel that that's a title? Do you feel comfortable when people call you a legend?
No, I started boxing at 7 years old. I did it because I wanted to do it, and I wanted to make a better life for the future. Where I came from in Ireland, it was tough upbringing, but I boxed because I wanted to do it. And I say I played football, soccer, and other sports, but I was just better. I was better at boxing since from a young age, so I took it up. And I thought at 15 marks, I knew at 15 I was going to be WBC Champion of the world. And my friend thought I was nuts. But I told him I'm going to get an Olympic medal and I'm going to turn professional and become a world champion. That was my mindset. And my friends I say, to this day, they're like, wow, we understand all the hard training you were doing over the years when you were a kid and the sacrifices you made to become a world champion paid off for you. And that's what I did. And that's why they call you legend, because it's not just like you have one fight. They remember your amateur days, your pro days.
Right.
And if I say legend, it means that you're going to be remembered forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So you really believe in the thought of positive thinking and mindset. That's something that you had at a young age.
Oh yeah. I was, before a fight, you know, Marcus, I went into a fight, and I remember I didn't get nervous for a fight before the fight. I got it about 2 or 3 weeks before the fight. I'm laying in bed at night and I'm thinking about the fight, and then I'd be all sweating and think that was my nerves gone. And then fight time, I was relaxed. But the day of the fight, I would relax. You try to get to sleep. You can't really sleep. So I would lie down on a bed and just sort of relax, try to relax my body, my head, and just like meditation almost. But I would think about the fight, just lie there and just go through the motions of a fight, and the good and the bad. And then when it came to fight time, I was just so happy and ready to go. I was probably the happiest person in my dressing room, and just full of energy, because I was going to do something that I love to do. And as you say, it was probably a mindset thing that I drilled in my mind from a young age, and it worked for me. It worked, win or lose, it worked for me.
Well, because there's another Irish superstar that's a combat sport fighter, legend himself. He is also huge on. Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about here, Wayne?
I just did a slide, didn't I?
Well, he's also big on mindset as well. So I find that really fascinating that you mentioned that, because you know, I'm not sure if that's something that all sportsmen have, but I think it's something that everybody should have in life, even when it comes to sports, whatever they want to do. It's like think it, believe it, achieve it. So no, I really admire that.
You think it, you believe it, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
And you're right. I think nobody's really asked me that question ever before. You're probably the first one who really asked me that question. They don't understand. They think you just train and fight. They don't realize you train and then you're relaxing, thinking about the fight, you go through the motions. They don't understand that part. But you're actually probably the first person who's actually asked that question. So I think it's a good start for this for you.
Well, thanks very much, Wayne. But I mean, because it's something that I believe in as well, and I'll practice it my whole life also. So look, man, I'm going to ask you a few rapid questions here, and I want you to try and answer them in 1 or 3 words. Most memorable win.
Nagoya, Japan. World Championship.
Most memorable loss.
Eric Morales.
Who stands out today?
My favorite fighter is Canelo. I call him the Irish Mexican.
Well, because he's got red hair.
He's got heritage from the Irish back in the 1800s when Ireland fought for Mexico against the USA. So 1846, yeah.
Perfect. Would you ever fight again?
I'm looking for my wife. I could still do it. Do I need to do it? People say no, but I would love to become the oldest, but Hopkins was 48 years old. I'm 49, so I can beat him if I get the championship fights.
Well, I mean,
if the money's right.
Yeah. All right. So I've got a few questions from a few of the fans. I got 3 questions here. So Cathal Fegan from Ireland wants to know, what was more achievable, when you won your first championship or when you won your medal at the Olympics?
My first championship. I always say to people, it was my stepping stone to become a champion, but I lost the final. I lost the Olympic. I didn't lose the championship, but of course people remember Olympic medals for the rest of their life. But to win a medal for your country, like, it's remembered forever. So that's an achievement, though. But I think winning the world championship as a professional overshadows everything you did.
Harry Rudd from Australia wants to know, how did you get the name Pocket Rocket?
I got the Pocket Rocket name back in '88, my first Olympics. I was 17, the youngest member of the team. Most of the guys were in their 20s. And a guy called Kieran Joyce from County Cork, who was like a star on the Irish team. They should have been. I was a young, small guy, so they all took me under their wing. And Kieran said, "Oh, you throw punches like a rocket. You throw so many punches, and you can fit in my pocket. We're going to call you the pocket rocket." So,
well, I mean, speaking of the pocket rocket, guys, if you haven't read this book, let me tell you, I read this book when I was on tour in the UK, and I was absolutely glued to it. Wayne, where can people get this book if they want to get it? Because it's a really good read.
It's just on. I think the book was sold out. You can get it on eBay and stuff like that at the minute, but you can get it on Kindle. It's on Kindle.
Well, there you go.
I can get it on Kindle, but I wrote it myself. Actually, I did it myself.
Well, I think you autographed it for me. I can't remember.
I did. I'm glad you still have it.
I've had this for a while. I think you said you were going to give me $100 in here somewhere. Anyway, I'll find that a little bit later on. But so well, you know what, man? I'll tell you what, Wayne. You're a class act, my friend. You know, a lot of people just say such amazing things about you. As a matter of fact, Cutman Andy from Ireland, who's Conor McGregor's Cutman.
I love Andy.
His words were, "He's a great guy. He's an absolute legend." How do you guys know each other? I
just met him last year at the. I met him before, like about a year and a half ago, with a kid at the Wild Card Boxing in LA, and I just came to the fights. We started had a chat last year at the fights, and great guy, great cut man. Anybody who's cuts, he's a cut man. But I say I consider him a friend now. He's a good guy. I've got his number, so it's for him to say that was big. Yeah, well,
you know, it's the truth. So you were saying earlier on that one of your best achievements was your daughter. Now, what I want to know, Wayne, why has your daughter got a blue tick on Instagram but you don't?
I said she's the best achievement, Mike. The best, and said one of the best. I said the best. I do have a tick. I got my tick.
Oh, you got your tick?
I got my tick.
Wayne McCullough has his tick.
It's really me. It's really me.
It's really him. It's not an impersonator.
No, she got her tick before me, but she's a singer. She's a hair makeup artist. She's got more talent than I'll ever have, and that's why she had it.
Where is she?
Great.
Is she there?
She is right here. And she's a free haircuts for life.
Oh, there she is. Mac in the flesh, ladies and gentlemen. One of the newest, hottest singing and recording artists on the planet. Check her out. She's way better looking than her dad. Mind you, she's never been punched in the face.
I'm still standing here. I'm still standing here.
What's going on, buddy?
I'm trying to keep myself busy since we're stuck inside. So working on music, working on doll heads so that I can be ready for my clients because they're all freaking out. I have my own studio suite at Look Style Society here in Vegas, and it's closed. And all of my clients are like calling me like, what can I do with my hair? Do I do the box style? I'm like, no, don't cut your bangs. Don't color your hair.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's why your dad's hair. See, that's why your hair looks so good, Wayne. It's got the color and everything. So what have you got coming up musically, mate? Anything that you want to tell us about? Anything that you want to plug? Anything that you want anyone to follow? Because, you know, I've heard you singing the national anthem, and I see you popping up all around Las Vegas doing little gigs here and there. What's happening with that?
So I'm going to be doing the national anthem for the Aviators once that comes back around. So I'll let y'all know about that on my Instagram, which is at @thewaymac. If you want to follow me. We are going to
put her Instagram right here, and Wayne's right there. Wayne's underneath right there.
Follow me there for like any updates. I'm going to be working on some new YouTube videos, tutorials for makeup and for hair and for nails. And then I'm also on TikTok. So follow me on TikTok, same as my Instagram name. So the Waymac.
Well, there you go. Like, if you want to see some amazing makeup and hair tutorials, if you want to hear someone with an angelic voice, and make sure you write nice comments because her dad will kick your ass if you say anything bad about this girl right here. Look at that hair.
She can fight too, you know.
I've seen some of her boxing videos. I was rather impressed. Well, listen, guys, I want to thank you so much for coming up on the show today. Wayne, you were our first guest. You are absolutely amazing. I'm so glad that we got your daughter to come on board. I just want to say on behalf of myself and everyone here at What Happens Here, Wayne McCullough, Mac, thank you so much for coming on the show, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey guys, Marcus here. Today's episode was proudly sponsored by Team Guilty Clothing, Concord Apparel, Rise Fight Gear, Molcata Clothing Wear. How could we forget Fit Guru Fight Retreats in Las Vegas? Of course, Wildcats for all your cannabis needs. And of course, Baller Balm for when your beard needs to be money. Today's episode was fueled by Proper 12, the finest, the tastiest liquid gold on the planet.